Hey guys, this is Rebecca from Weight in Progress. I am creating this YouTube channel as a sort of a compilation of my experiences with weight loss. I've received so much help and so much great advice from people who have posted their experiences on YouTube. It's really my desire and hope that this video or any videos that I do thereafter might be a help to people who are on the same journey as me. And I really hope to get your advice too. I'd really love ideally for this to be, a conversation back and forth. So please tell me about your experiences. You might be farther along in your journey than I am. That's great. So please, give me any advice that you have. I would love to hear it. But I'd really like to kind of delve into that emotional side of weight loss and just kind of my experiences with it. I have always been overweight, since I was, as long as I can remember, probably around 8 years old. I remember first thinking that I was fat. When I was 11, I started doing Weight Watchers, and I did that for several years. And I would lose about 20 pounds and then put it back on, plus more. This continued on until college. And in college, I was about 165, or 170, 165. I lost a little bit of weight. And about 165, I started to, for the first time, actually feel like I was at a good place. And I was happy with where I was, even though it was overweight, still considered overweight. For my frame, I'm 5'7", so 165 was like about 10 pounds over what would be considered like the top end of normal. Once I graduated college, however, I got a sort of desk job, sit-down job, and I also got a boyfriend. And he thought I was very good looking, and I thought, that's all that really mattered to me. So he didn't eat healthy at all. And it seemed like the only things that he wanted to eat were really unhealthy. So, he didn't want to eat healthy anymore. And I actually like to eat healthy. So I ended up just going with him, whatever he wanted to do. And that was, spaghetti, like pizza, pierogies, bacon, Red Bull. And then I got Red Bull about once or twice a day sometimes, and then I would go and go for fast food if I wanted to, if I was trying to save money. So as you can imagine, I put on a lot of weight, and I kept putting on more weight and more weight, and I started to get stretch marks, and I started to get worried, and not only worried, but sad. Like, I was really depressed at that time. I started to get really down, and my job was really, really stressful, and my relationship seemed to be going downhill. So I was unhappy with where I was, and I didn't know how to change it. So I ended my relationship, and it was, I don't know, it was more complicated than that. He did try to help me toward the end, so I don't want to say that he didn't help me at all. But my relationship, I ended that, and it helped for a while, but I was still sad. So, my job was hard and really hard, and I was stressed out all the time. And so my health and my body didn't really take much of a priority. I started to want to change my life before I quit that job and went to another one. I started to work out more often. It was really a long process of trying to sort of untangle these issues around food, because I did have a lot, when I was younger, I literally could not handle candy. Like, I couldn't be around anything that was unhealthy at all, and we never had anything unhealthy in the house. So I never learned how to control myself around food. I always felt very out of control. And, I remember I was a Girl Scout. I remember even thinking about Girl Scout cookies would just like make me go crazy. And so, when I got to a place where I wanted to work on myself and I wanted to figure out these things, I started to kind of untangle that. And at the place I'm at now, you can tell me if you want to hear more about this, but at the place I am now, I can be around sweets. I can look at it all day. I can have it in the house and not eat it, which is, I can't tell you, that makes such a difference to how I feel about myself and how I think about myself, because, that means that I have control over what I eat. And I believe that's from God's grace that I can have control over that. And I think that he's helped me through a lot of this. So I don't think I can do it on my own or anything like that. But that's what I believe. So, kind of to the emotional side of eating, I think stress can be really hard. Relationships can be really hard. Heartbreak can be really hard. And, general childhood issues that you haven't figured out, or sort of these emotions around food. I mean, we all have emotions around food. And so it can be really hard to separate those emotions from hunger. What is physical hunger and what is emotional, what I call like emotional hunger, emotional eating. It's very hard to untangle those things. I never saw a psychologist or anything, but for some people it may be something that you might want to consider if you have if you have binge eating disorder, which I don't think I do. I did have that, but even if you don't have a disorder, if you're really overweight, which I was 230 pounds. I had a problem. Like, even if it wasn't, a disorder, it was disordered eating. It was a disordered thought process around food. And it's still something that I deal with. I've lost a lot. I'm at 197, 196 right now. And so I have come a long way, but I still have a long way to go. And I know that this demon, or whatever you want to call it, is not something that's necessarily just going to go away. But it takes work, and it takes patience, and it takes time. But I do think, you can do it. Like, I know I can do it, and I know I'm going to get there. So, but for me, I think I need God the whole way. Because if I don't have that, then, I know I'm lost, because I've tried a million times by myself, and I wasn't able to get as far as I have today. So, and I just feel better. I don't feel, it's more than just weight. I feel honestly better, like not depressed anymore. Like, I feel good. I don't feel like I'm obsessed with food all the time like I used to. Like, maybe when I was on other diets and things, I felt like I was obsessed because I was so hungry and blah blah blah. But where I am now, like, I feel good, and I've come a long way. Like, I can't believe that I'm saying that I feel good, because it really is amazing. So, stick with it. The means may change. I did Weight Watchers for a while. I did Thin Within for a while. And, now I'm just, I guess, counting calories and figuring out what works with me and, like, my body, and trying to figure that out. So, you don't have to do a program. You don't have to have a gym membership or anything like that. All you really need is a dedication to want to figure it out. And I can't tell you how many times that I've tried to lose weight, but something clicks. And I think, maybe where you're at right now, it hasn't clicked yet. And that's okay. I think it, just keep looking for it. Just keep trying to work on issues that you may have, try and like get at the heart of it. Because I think the more that you get at the heart of why you're overweight, like why you're overeating, the more that really shows on your outer self. Really the hard work is in here, you know, and in here. And then the easier work is, you know, actually acting and actually not eating as much. But if it's really going to stick, if it's really going to be lasting change, I do think it has to be a full change, you know, mentally, spiritually, physically. And I don't know, maybe other people who have lost weight, maybe you can touch on that and tell me if I'm totally off or if what I'm saying is resonating with you. Anyway, I just thank you so much for watching this. And you know, I don't know if you just stumbled upon it or what, but please like, subscribe, and I'll like you back and subscribe back to you. Comment away, whatever you want to say. If you disagree with me, that's great. I'd love to hear your opinion. So I will see you next time.